I've been feeling really uninspired recently, and I want to do something about it. So I'm going to try an improvisation technique I've talked about before. But to make it more interesting, I want to create my own drone using tape loops. So let's do it. So yeah, let's make a tape loop. I thought I'd film this process whilst I talk about some of the thoughts and feelings I've been having recently. I've just been feeling really uninspired and not like making anything at all. And it's weird though, actually, because I'm caught between both feeling like doing nothing, but also a real kind of burning sensation to achieve a lot. And I want to do things. I want to make a life out of music and pursue what I love. But I don't know. I just feel so unmotivated sometimes, and it's hard to want to do things. It's very strange when I don't feel motivated to do it, and I feel almost guilty about that feeling. And I don't know why that is, and I'm not sure, what the cure is for those feelings sometimes. What I do know is that recently I've really been enjoying using tape loops, and it's a sort of recent discovery within my music journey. There are a few reasons why I love tape loops, but one of them is the tactile nature of it. I love that you have to create the loop itself before you can even start making any music. There's a tactile nature to it where you got to cut it and you've got to splice it together, and then you've got to arrange it within the cassette shell. And it's quite a simple process, but actually it's quite fiddly, and it's very satisfying when you do it. And I also love tape because it's really limited in its capacity. I can only record 4 tracks, for example, because I've got a 4-track cassette recorder, and it's only got around 8 seconds of tape loop. So I don't know, sort of through its constraints, I feel more free. We sort of, in our modern digital age, don't have the limitations that tape has, for example. I can load up my DAW and my audio interface is there, and I've got unlimited tracks. And that sort of creates for me like option paralysis. I feel almost paralyzed by the fact that there are no constraints. It's so easy to get lost in option anxiety, which is what I always do. Whereas this process, which for me is a novelty and was once standard industry practice, is so freeing because you create these constraints and you have to figure out how you can work around them. And that's what I love about tape loops. And so yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do today in order to break this creative rut and start to enjoy making music again. So let's do it. Boom. Okay, made the tape loop. Tested the tape loop. It works. Let's record something now. So, the basis of this improvisation technique is really simple. You just pick a note, any note. In this case, I'm going to pick the note F. And then you create a drone using that note, or you can find one on YouTube, a pre-made one. And then once you've created that drone, that ambient sustained drone, you can then improvise on whatever instrument you use. In this case, I'm going to use the keyboard, and it kind of helps you come up with new and creative things. I actually talked about this technique in this video up here. So have a look and you can see a whole video about this thing. But right now, I'm going to make a drone myself using tape loops. I'm going to use labs, and I'm just going to find some sounds I really like. I've picked this sound I really like called Arctic Swells, the decay option. It's really beautiful. It's got a beautiful sustained ambient sound. Let's record that onto track 1. Okay, let's hear some playback. Perfect. For the purposes of this, that's going to work great. Okay, so we got a low kind of ambient drone sound. Let's bring in some other textures. Okay, of course, I love this cello sound. It sounds so bloody good. Let's mix that into it as well. This is Cello Moods, C or. It's tape. Take that off. Let's see how that sounds. Very nice. Let's try something else. Okay, I found this water organ piano pads for the high octaves. Let's record that. Feel that. Bit quieter, not quite as present, but that's okay. I think I want something else. There was this modular kind of piano sound that I found last time I had a look at labs, and I'm just going to try and find it because it sounds sick. And I'll see if I can weave that into this. Okay, I found this really beautiful one. It's one of my favorites called Opia Piano Granular. Love this one. It's a bit chaotic in the way I'm going to record this, but I think it will work. Once I blend it into the rest of the tracks, put some reverb and delay on it, it's going to sound sick. Let's just quickly record this in now. Right, let's hear that. Let's bring in the other track. Not perfect. It's not exactly what I thought I might come up with, but it's gonna work. Boom, we're back. Okay, got my keyboard set up on my knees because I still haven't installed my little rails under my desk, which I will be doing. All right, let's load up Valhalla Supermassive. I've got it here. I'm gonna start the mix at 0 and blend it in. So we'll hear just the tape loop, and then I'll start to blend in this mix, and then you'll see how beautiful this little ambient kind of drone we got going sounds like. All right, I'll also bring the faders down. Let's bloody go. And now we've got a beautiful drone. And with that beautiful drone, we simply just choose a sound we like. I like to start with a piano, and we just start improvising. So I'm going to start with a little thing I've been playing, and then I'll move into other things, and I'm just going to put in the highlights, the best parts of what I'm improvising. Alright, that's a little thing that I've actually been writing. Let's try and actually do some real improv now.
So that's it. Set up a drone, make it in the most roundabout, impractical way possible using tape loops, and then improvise over it. So yeah, just a bit of fun. Trying to break a creative rut, which I don't know if it'll help, but I had fun doing it, so I guess that's what matters. Anyway, try this out. Look at my other video for a more sort of detailed explanation. And yeah, I've got a free guide which has all of the free plugins I use, including Spitfire Labs and Valhalla Supermassive. Would highly recommend them. You can pick it up. Link in the description. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in whatever I make next. Cheers.